So the Aldol condensation product 57B has been sitting in the desiccator overnight, over 2 days actually. It's quite dry. So we're going to take that over and get a dry mass, and then I've prepared a vial to transfer it to. So I'm going to mass the vial as well. So we got 8.508 grams on the beaker. And we've got 6.093 grams on the vial. And then we're just going to sit that vial in there. I'm going to make a little funnel like I usually do with a piece of weighing paper, shiny side in, with tape. So we'll stick that in there. Make a cone and tape it in place. And I can use my micro spatula, kind of break that up a little bit, make sure that it's fine enough that it can go through. It's kind of a light, I would almost describe that as needles, but very fine needles. Put that product in there as much as we can and help it through. A little micro spatula. It's always better to do it this way with a little weighing paper funnel than it is to try to scoop it a little bit at a time. Unless, of course, you like staying in lab till 8 o'clock at night every day. In which case you should feel free to scrape it out a little bit at a time. So because of the size of those needles, it's taking a little effort to get it through the paper. I'm going to use that residual solid that's not coming out for a GCMS spec sample. So I'm just going to tap as much as I can out of that. Try to leave as little as possible on the walls of the funnel. And I'll cap that up and store it for later use. And then we will grab a GCMS spec vial. Label that 57B. And we're just going to take a little bit of dichloromethane, dissolve up the solid, and maybe run it down, get that solid off the micro spatula. Maybe a little bit more dichloromethane because I want to make sure I have enough to mostly fill the vial. Doesn't have to be full, since the syringe will go down a fairly long way towards the base. But we want to make sure we have a good concentration. So there's our mass spec sample, 57B, and we'll set that aside for later use. And it's time to run a GCMS spec, and then the solid will be there for